Hey everybody, so tools, right? Tools for self-tissue mobilization. Now, one of my favorite tools is a lacrosse ball because number one, they're cheap, they're soft-ish, and they're hard-ish, right? So they give you that balance of firmness because you want something firm to actually get into the tissues, but also it's a little bit softer than like a golf ball or a softball, which I also use. Like I use balls of all sizes depending on what size of the tissue I'm going to try to get into, what area of the body I'm looking at. Like if it's a bigger muscle, I'll probably use a bigger ball like a softball. The lacrosse ball is just very versatile. You can use it in a lot of different areas. So one way that you can use the lacrosse ball is you can use it instead of using your fingers like I showed you in the previous video. You can use the lacrosse ball to kind of get in and massage your calves. So you can kind of just put it, again, you don't want to do it on the bone. You want to get it in the muscle that's right next to the bone. And you can kind of just massage the calf, okay? And kind of get in there and find those tight spots. So what I like to do is just kind of warm up the tissues first. Just kind of give it like a little general massage. Same thing if you wanted to do your quads, you can do it in the quads. If you're doing quads, I like to do it lying face down, like on my stomach. But I'm just gonna do it in the calves because it's a little bit easier to show you. And then same thing, so you're gonna go, instead of using your thumb, because maybe your thumbs get really sore, or maybe that area is just really, really tender and your thumb is a smaller thing, to use to press, so that might be just too tender, it might be too painful. The lacrosse ball is bigger than your thumb, so it's going to distribute the pressure over a larger area, so that's going to be a little bit less painful if you use the lacrosse ball. Okay, so what you're going to do is, again, find that spot. All right, you're going to find it, and then you're going to take the ball and you're just going to press into that spot with the ball, and then again you can flex and extend the foot to try to release that tissue, okay? So the lacrosse ball is good like that, and you can kind of roll it to a different area of the calf. I like that I'm doing some of my own tissue work while I'm showing you guys. It's very nice. So these faces that I'm making are real. Okay. So that's really good to do too. Lacrosse balls are really good also for plantar fasciitis. Like if you have any plantar fascia problems, putting it under your foot, you can use to do like a plantar fascia massage this way, kind of go back and forth. And then again, all right, what you're gonna do, same principles apply here. You're going to find that area of tightness in your plantar fascia. You're going to hold it. Now, I would recommend doing this sitting in a chair or even standing if you can tolerate it, so that you can put a little bit more weight on it. I don't have a very good angle here, but putting some pressure down on it. So I'm going to kind of get in here and push some pressure down on it. And then for your foot, you're going to flex and extend your toes, okay, so that you're kind of flossing that tissue over that area of compression. All right, so lacrosse balls are also a great tool for getting into your hip flexors. You can actually use them really good to release the glutes. So I'll show you a little bit of a glute release real quick. So if you're laying on your back, what you're gonna do is just kind of put it in here, put it under your glutes, and you're gonna kind of you can kind of roll around on it. And again, you're gonna find that tight spot right there. Oh yeah. And then if it's in your glutes, there's a couple different things you can do, and you can kind of experiment. So if you want to hold it in the glutes, you can hold it, and then you can either bring your knee up and down this way, but the way I like to do it, especially if you're trying to release your piriformis or your gluteus medius, is to bring your knee out to the side and back in this way. And then you can kind of floss the tissue over the lacrosse ball this way. All right, so you can get into your glutes, you can get into your lower back. If you want to release your hip flexors, okay, we're going to flip over onto our stomach, and we're going to put the lacrosse ball down right into our hip flexor here. Okay. Right on the inside of the hip bone there. So you can see it's right in there. And again, so I can just kind of I can roll around, kind of assess, kind of find that tight spot. Oh, there's a good spot. Okay, this does not feel good, all right? So don't expect this to feel comfortable, but when you release the tissues, it will feel better afterwards, okay? So with your hip flexors, okay, you're gonna find that spot, and then you're going to bend and straighten your knee to try to actively floss that muscle tissue over that spot to try to release some of the scar tissue adhesions that you've got going on right there. Okay, same thing, you can put it down in your quads. If you're laying on your quads, you can find a good spot. Okay, and then you find that spot and you can flex and extend the knee here. Try to actively release your quads. Okay, so you can use it for all sorts of different things. So this is a great tool. You can also use it like for your lower back in the car. I actually keep a lacrosse ball or a tennis ball in my car, and I can I put it here like in my scapular area to release some of the muscles back there while I'm driving. It feels really good. So definitely have one of these on hand.